All right, ATFers, I believe that I am live right now. I'm under the impression that I am live right now. Now, the people that are actually going to be live here in real time watching the stream, now that's different. That's different. Because to them, I'm not live right now. Oh, now, wait, hold up. I'm getting confused. Technically, I'm like live because I click live, and as far as the system is confirmed, that's the case. But nobody could see me right now until I go live on the back end. This is still unlisted, which is very, very, very frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating. But that's okay. We're just gonna make the best of. We're gonna do what we can here. We're gonna do what we can here. I'm getting very distracted here. I apologize. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Your call is very important to us. I just need to get certain things in order before the platform allows me to fully, in every sense of the word, go live. It is silly. I understand. But we are going to get going here sooner than you think. Not sooner than we'd like, if we're going to be entirely honest. Not sooner than we'd like, but sooner than you think, for sure. That I can promise you. No and no. And if I'm incorrect about that, then I think your expectations are too high, to be frank with you. So maybe that's a you thing at that point. Oh, this is annoying. All right. This all looks good. I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to put us in a place where we're ready to go. What do you think, huh?
You guys ready to start this show?
What do you think, huh? Think we're ready? I think we are. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I sincerely hope I'm not forgetting anything. Well, that's frustrating. That's very frustrating. And I want to say that I don't care. I want to say that I don't care. I want to say that I don't care. But I'm going to have to play nice. I'm going to have to play nice. I'm going to have to suppress. Here's what I've learned. You have to repress and suppress for success. Okay? That's one of the most important things that you can learn in this life. You have to repress and suppress for success. Okay? Keep your big, fat mouth shut so you don't hurt anybody's feelings. Okay? Doesn't matter if you hurt my feelings. Doesn't matter if you hurt the Grandmaster's feelings. But Grandmaster, you better keep your mouth shut. Okay? Okay? Because you gotta have thick skin. You gotta have a thick beanie. You gotta have a thick. This is a family show.
You guys ready to start this show?
What's up, David Flores? What's up, David Flores? What's to see you here, man. This ain't no game for David Flores. This ain't no first outing. David Flores has been doing this. David Flores has been in the rotation. David Flores has been known to turn the lights on a time or two. What's up, Adam? This time for South Africa. Waka waka waka. Eh, eh. What's up, man? Adam, I bet you're happy. I bet you're out there living the life, huh? Roaming the streets, carrying that flag. Bet you celebrating right now. I saw a comment the other day because I had the face paint on. I was in full-blown Nigerian face. And somebody left me a comment saying, you just crossed the line. You lost all your South African homies. And all I could think about was Adam. I was like, oh, snap. I wonder how Adam feels right now. But good for you, Adam. David Flores, you don't even need to act surprised, dude. You know you've been here first. This ain't your first time or your last. I was worried. I was beginning to get worried, Tanner. I was beginning to grow worried. I'm very, very, very happy to see you here. Very happy about it. DB9206. Hey, DB, Tanner's here. Tanner's here, bro. I'm up late for this. It's already 11. That's not even fair, dude. 11? We just 2 ships in the night, bro. Low Seth. For real, dude. For real. We got to come to terms with it, man. There ain't no way around it. We just got to accept it, dude. James Bishop. Splish splash. He was sloshing around. I ain't going to keep you guys too long, Adam. I ain't going to keep you too long. I got to make some chicken wings today. You know I got to make dinner. I got to get my workout on. And I got to continue to work on some things. Because this ain't going to cut it. I got to get the movie going. I got to get the movie rolling. All right? Maybe I got to hit up some of your cities. Maybe some of you's going to be making a cameo. Who knows? Maybe I make a trip to South Africa. Who knows? Legendary. No. Look, I'm going to be honest with you because there's only 29 people here right now, okay? I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I was joking around. I thought it would be funny to keep the gag going. I was just joking around. And there was no job interview. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna break the fourth wall because there's only 32 people here now. Okay, so now I gotta slow it down a little bit because more people are coming in. So I gotta slow it down. But I was joking around, and yeah. Even aside from the face paint, I don't believe I'm hireable at this point. I'd have to go to a place where like people that don't have citizenship are getting hired. And or felons. I think that's the only kind of place where I could get a job at this point. I have no resume. I have to be sitting across the interview table and be like, have you heard of the Mexican martial arts? That's my resume. Oh man, I miss the rains down in Africa. Ironically, that's what Kamaru Usman. Ironically, Lo said, thank you for bringing that up. I miss the rains down in Africa. That's what Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya, and yes, I know a lot of people like to hold on to that one. Yes, even Francis Ngannou. That's exactly what they're singing. I miss the rains down in Africa. Why are they missing it? Because they're not there. They're not even in Africa. Okay? Israel Adesanya lives in New Zealand. Kamaru Usman lives in Florida, and Francis Ngannou lives in Nevada. Now I know he has a cute mansion over there in his homeland, which he has abandoned. I understand he has property there, but it's to maintain appearances. These kings of Africa, they left. They didn't want to have nothing to do with Africa. They miss the rains down. Maybe that's the only thing they miss, the rains. the weather. But Africa as a whole, chale. Dricus Du Plessis, oh, that hurt a little bit. Oof. Dricus Du Plessis is the real African champ. And frankly, if anybody has a problem with that, I have to say something about this because I feel like nobody points this out. If you have an issue with Dricus Du Plessis, by the way, I kind of feel like I need to stop saying this because I feel like it's becoming such a big part of everything I say. But people confuse things so quickly and so easily. I mean, I just before the recording of this video got off my Nigerian face. Okay, everyone should know by this point I'm not a Dricus fan. I wasn't even an Usman fan, and I had the paint on. I know it's confusing. It's a confusing time. But I'm not a Dricus fan, and I'm saying he is the king of Africa. And if anybody has a problem with that, that means they're racist. Because if they have a problem with calling him the real king of Africa, now it's about skin color. There's no way around it. If you have a problem with Dricus Du Plessis being the king of Africa, that means that you have an issue with the color of his skin. Okay? And I know we're taking it next level. And look, that's not part of my culture. I'm not in those circles or whatever. But these light skins, I mean, Steph Curry's been hearing about it for years. These light skins face the uppermost disrespect at all times. And there's no lack of it in the UFC community, man. And I'm not a fan. But the way that Dricus Du Plessis is representing the country of Africa, it's commendable. And you got to respect it. The last person that represented Africa on the level that Dricus is doing it right now is Shakira. And I didn't hear anybody complaining about her. Bunch of cochinos, double standards, up the wazoo. I didn't hear anybody complaining when Shakira was out there representing Africa. Waka waka, ew, ew. You telling me that's not a cultural appreciation? The waka waka, nobody got mad at Shakira for that. No. What about Dricus? Is it because he's a dude? Nobody has represented in the modern era Africa the way that Dricus Du Plessis has done it. And I don't know if you guys saw it. The reason I'm getting kind of heated about this right now is because I was correct and people thought I was being silly. I said, I think it was at the end of the first video that I made, the very night of the event, right after the event ended. I said that he's taking out the first two. He took out Adesanya, took out Usman. The only ones left. You better watch your back. You better watch out for the real black champ, Ngannou. He's coming. You better watch out. Look over your shoulder, Francis. Look over your shoulder. He's coming, Francis Ngannou. And people laughed. He's too big. What are you talking about? The whole week, all I heard was Dricus is too big. Dricus is too big. Dricus is a big boy. And then I bring up Ngannou. Oh no, Ngannou's too big. What's with all these dudes thinking about how big other dudes are? I don't understand this size thing. Why don't you go back in your hot tub time machine to 1993 and tell me how much size matters? Okay? Size, I've been saying this too much. Size does not matter. Okay? I've had extensive conversations about this just to make sure. Size doesn't matter. It's not important. Okay? I've checked. It does not matter. It's not important. Nobody cares about it. You would think they do, but they don't. And Du Plessis is a big boy. Ngannou's a big boy, and I'm going to get more on that. But I brought it up, and now there's news out right now. Yes, Dricus is calling out Ngannou. You guys thought I was crazy. He's calling out Francis Ngannou. He's next. But people are upset about it because they don't think that he represents the country well because he's not the right color. What is this, 1940? You ain't the right color. Sight's taken. Get to the back of the bus. What are we talking about? It's 2026. You could have Alan Page doing what she's doing, but you can't have an African dude be a light skin. I don't even know if my metaphor is flushing out the way that I wanted it to. This is not scripted. I'm just saying, you can have somebody be something that they're not, but you can't have a dude just be something that he is and be left alone. He's the real African champ. Dricus Du Plessis colonized Africa. Let's just say what it is. People move. People move. The place I'm residing in right now, I wasn't born here. I moved here, right? Am I not allowed? Dricus Du Plessis colonized Africa. Then he colonized the UFC as a whole, came chasing down Adesanya, just like Alex Pereira did. Now he's colonizing weight divisions. Now he's bending weight divisions. He's going to go up to heavyweight. He's not expecting Ngannou to come down. He's going to go up. He's going to go up. And you're right. The fatigue is strong. That light skin fatigue. There's people out here experiencing and flexing and complaining about that light skin fatigue. That's what Michael Jackson dealt with his whole life. It's like you can't be white enough for the white dudes. You can't be black enough for the black dudes. You got to be somewhere in the middle. I get it. And that's what Dricus is struggling with right now. Dricus, what's that thing? What's that thing that Michael Jackson had? What is the skin condition that Michael Jackson had? It's like on some level, it's called vitiglio. On some level, it's like whether it's like metaphorical or like spiritual or like, it's like Dricus Du Plessis his whole life has been dealing on some level with a certain kind of like vitiglio. He ain't white enough for the white dudes. He ain't black enough for the black dudes. He's a man without a country. He's stuck in the middle. He's all by his lonesome, and it's not fair. It's not fair how you're treating him. And I think he has a good shot against Francis Ngannou. Did you see Francis Ngannou against Felipe Lins? I don't know about you, but I don't fall for the propaganda. I don't care what they say about him anymore. I don't care if they show the replays about him hitting like a Ford truck. He looked absolutely terrible against Felipe Lins. Maybe it would have been different if it would have been a different caliber opponent. But the way that he looked against Felipe Lins is unforgivable. And he should be scared right now. He's gone soft. Francis Ngannou has gotten used to that Las Vegas lifestyle. Dricus Du Plessis still back at home in Africa digging holes. Dricus Du Plessis, Francis Ngannou's over here at the Gucci store with Charles Oliveira, and Dricus Du Plessis back at home rocking a dashiki. And you guys are complaining. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about you guys at large, like the people, the community at large. Not none of you in here. I know that you guys are homies. I'm talking about the people at large. I'm not yelling at the people in here. I'm yelling about the people that are gonna watch later after the fact, after I clip this. I'm talking about the haters that are judging him by the color of his skin. The only thing at this point they could get in Dricus Du Plessis' way, and I've brought this up before, is his cochino coach. That's the only thing that could get in his way at this point. His cochino coach. And we have too much footage. We have too much evidence of this dude in public rubbing the small of his back, caressing him, kissing him, embracing him. Did you see that one video? I made a video of this before. There's a video of Dricus. Bro, they couldn't even wait. It's like they couldn't even wait till they got home. There's footage. And it ain't even just in the cage when DC's watching from a distance, like Ian Gary Machado style, watching from the corner and making that disgusting looking face. There's footage of Dricus Du Plessis and his coach kissing from other sides of the cage. Did you guys remember when I put that out? There's footage of Dricus being in the cage and the coach being on the outside holding onto the top, and they're kissing in between like if it's recess. Have you seen that footage? Dricus Du Plessis, his coach is the only thing that could get in his way if he starts doing some of this Hollywood Babylon nonsense type of stuff, and he starts trying to get Dricus. You know how they do to the black men, how they do to the black men in Hollywood, how they do to the rappers. The next thing Dricus Du Plessis' coach might try to act up and start doing, we're going to see footage of Dricus Du Plessis wearing a dress. Like they were trying to do to Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence. We're going to see him doing some sketchy looking stuff. We're going to see some De La Hoya looking photos of Dricus Du Plessis wearing high heels. That's the only thing they could get in his way at this point. They're always trying to come after the black man, trying to get him to do some weird stuff, some weird humiliation ritual type stuff. And I know that's difficult to say in this day and age, because some people would say that Dricus Du Plessis rocking high heels and a dress is beautiful and it's bold. But it's something that's been happening for decades. That's why Dave Chappelle took off to Africa and they sent a clone back to America, and that's why he's not funny anymore. I don't want the same thing to happen to Dricus. I'm not a fan. Okay? But I don't want Dricus Du Plessis' coach to try to get him to wear a miniskirt. Dricus says no, takes off. Well, he can't take off to Africa because he already lives in Africa. But he goes into hiding, and then they send a fake Dricus out, Paul McCartney style, and all he does is grapple. Ever since Dave Chappelle came back, he doesn't do stand-up comedy anymore. He does TED Talks. You got to hand it to Dricus. He's being bold. He's stepping up to Francis Ngannou, literally. And I think he should step up. I think he should step up in weight. He should step up in divisions. And I talk about this all the time. I think the whole division thing is stupid. I think anybody should fight anybody. So I don't think it's the biggest gesture in the world for someone to step up in weight class. I think that's someone just finally being like Josh Hokett, just being a real dude and saying, hey, I woke up like this. This is how I woke up. You want scrap or not? I don't care how much I weigh. You want me to take a Du Plessis first so I lose 5 pounds or what? I'm ready to go right now. And I was talking about this with Moss on the hit show, the Moss and Jesse show, which is taking YouTube by storm right now. And I was talking about how I think Dricus Du Plessis should actually go up in weight. Again, I don't even believe in weight classes, but since they are the way they are, I think he should go up, because the fact that he wasn't able to finish Kamaru Usman with that ridiculous game plan or lack thereof. It was a terrible, absolutely pathetic showing from Kamaru Usman. For a while, I was like, hold up. Am I watching Chamoyev fight? Am I watching Chamoyev Du Plessis the bed all over again? Is this deja vu? Am I in the twilight? Oh no, it's Usman. What's happening right now? The worst game plan, threw everything out the window, didn't listen to his coaches. And Dricus still couldn't. He was on them Kevin Lee legs. Dricus still couldn't put him out. And there's 2 reasons as far as I'm confirmed. Because Dricus went in there with a fabulous game plan. And I'm embarrassed that I use the word fabulous right now. I wish I could edit that out. I don't say that normally. I don't know where that came from. Maybe it's because we're talking about the humiliation rituals and high heels and miniskirts and stuff like that. I don't know. See how easily it infiltrates the mind? Anyway. I was talking about this on the hit show, the Moss and Jesse show, that I think that because of the lack of a game plan from Usman and the way that Dricus beautifully planned for everything that he thought Usman was going to be doing, and it worked out perfectly, he should have been able to put him away, but he didn't. And I think it's because, and don't switch up now, because everyone's always talking about how Dricus is so big. He's a big dude. What a hoss. What a country boy. He's so big. Cornbread and grits. He's a big boy, right? I think he could be a lot bigger. And I think he depletes himself. And I think that's why his cardio is so bad. I mean, I guess you got away back in the day, Dricus, talking about your deviated septum, and that was the issue for your cardio. I don't know if you got something else deviated in your body, but your cardio is still Du Plessis. It's terrible. And there was no power. He should have been able, he had those Max Holiday punches, them significant strikes leader type of pillow punches. He should have been able to put out Usman. He landed 19 head kicks. He was rocking that dude. He should have been able to put him out. I think if he goes up in weight, his cardio is much better. He's got the frame. There's a lot of dudes that go up weight, like Adesanya. Adesanya's got that super narrow, like NBA type of frame. Dricus has a solid, bigger frame. He's not a short dude. He's got a big frame, muscular. He could go up and not drain himself to where his cardio's all gone and where his punching power is gone. I think he's serious about going up and facing Ngannou. Flat-footed Ngannou. And I think he wins. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I really like this song. I'm telling you guys, I've curated like the perfect Pandora station. ARG! What's up, Dojo fam? How was your interview, GM? I don't know if you saw my email, ARJR. I don't know if you saw my email. And frankly, I know it's not a lot. We're not viral or anything, but frankly, there's too many people here now for me to pull the curtain back, you know? Nogano walks around at 290. 290? What the? Is that accurate? Can anybody confirm that? Dricus at 238. His heaviest, I think, but his coach mentioned they work hard. Jeez, man, to keep him smaller because he gets big too quick. Oh, his coach said that, huh? His coach said that? What a shocker. His coach mentioned they work hard to keep him smaller because he gets big too quick. His coach said that, huh? I bet you his coach said that on the talk to text as he's picking out a dress for him. Are you kidding me, dude? Dropping breadcrumbs all over the place. It's not gay if it's at recess. Oh my gosh. Listen, if you guys said I apologize. If you guys said I always tell you this, I know. If you said anything that you want to be read or something that was funny and you're upset that I hate it when someone says something I hate the thought of someone saying something funny or clever or whatever and I miss it. I want to be able to shout it out. I want to be able to show you love. If you said something and I missed it because I was going hard on the Dricus Nogano situation, please say it again. It's not spamming. Please say it again. Thank you, Maverick. You take Francis over DDP. You know, I don't know. I've gone back and forth with Francis. Oh, man. I mean, does anybody disagree? I mean, hey, a win's a win and a loss is a loss, right? But Serial Game had him beat, right? Serial Game beat himself in that fight. He did something stupid at the very end. Like, Serial Game was... Like, I don't know. I feel like, in a way, Nogano has kind of that Pereira reputation. Where I feel like people kind of get it a little bit twisted. You know, where he stands and just how good he is. And we've kind of gone through this before. But Felipe Lins, I mean, Francis looked terrible against that dude. Absolutely terrible against his dude. I don't think that was anything to brag about. Renan Ferreira, I mean, do we count his last two fights? Do we count his last couple of lobs, his alley-oops? Serial Game had that fight won, and he just messed it up. Now, Stipe, hey, maybe the best victory of Nogano's career. That was a good one, man. It was a good one. It was a poorly timed shot that left Stipe Muchacho open. And, you know, Francis, you got to give him the credit for that one. He came out on top. Rosenstrike is a walking haymaker. He just walks forward with no intelligence whatsoever. Dos Santos, JDS, I mean, maybe if it was a few years ago. It's Cain Velasquez went. Maybe if it was a few years ago. Cain Velasquez went in there with them Conor McGregor knees. What are we talking about here? Curtis Blades? Derek Lewis? The Houston Chow? And he lost to him. Lost to Stipe. Overeem, I mean, if this was his prime Pride era, I mean, there's a lot of people here that was like, you know, Nogano was that exciting up-and-coming dude that you give. It's kind of like when they gave Poirier to BDS, and it was supposed to be like a lob or whatever, and then you get surprised. You know, they lob these fights to Nogano, And most of the time he's winning them. He didn't win it the first time against Stipe Muchacho. He didn't win it against Derek Lewis. But there's guys that they kind of like, okay, they're not, let's throw Overeem in there. Let's throw him past his prime, pride, pre-USADA era. Let's throw in JDS. Let's throw in a Kane that's not Kane anymore. He's so flat-footed. He's so slow on his feet. He's so awkward. He's another one like Pereira and Ilya and Ronda Rousey, where if you're so intimidated by them that you're not able to handle your nerves and you buy into the hype just as much as they're buying into their own hype, you're going to get caught. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get nervous. It's going to happen. But if you go in there calm and composed and you have a game plan and you're breathing and you're not trying to end things too fast, you're not getting excited, you're not buying that narrative, you better finish it now. They're going to take your head off. The longer they have in there, the more dangerous. No, just take your time. Do like Du Plessis did against Usman. He took his time. And I believe him. I have to believe him. Because all the things that he was saying after the fight that his coach was telling him to do, you could see it all in the fight. And Usman was doing the exact opposite. He wasn't listening to a word his coach was telling him. And Dricus was talking about how even when he had certain moments that looked promising, that he maybe could have capitalized on, he stayed patient, he stayed poised, he kept calm. And that stuff goes a long way. And it seems like people weren't able to do that with Ngannou. And I think that's one of the biggest things he won fights off of. Like, imagine a Francis Ngannou. There's nobody. Okay, let me ask you this. I want you to think of everything you have at your disposal. I want you to think of their last outings. I want you to think of the ways that they've grown and progressed. I want you to think of their bad habits. I want you to think of the ways that they mess up. I want you to think of the ways that they cheat, the things that they get away with. I want you to think of their cardio, their strength, their stamina. Think about everything. Think about their resume. Think about who they've beat lately. I want you to take that into consideration and answer this question. If Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gane fought today with the new experience that they have now, the new things they have under their belt now, the ways that, how they move, how they throw stuff together, who wins today? Think about that. Think about it real hard. Don't think about the promos. Don't think about the marketing. Don't think about the muscles. Don't think about what Dana White has said. Think about their most recent fights, how they looked, who their opponents were, how they won. And if they cheated, are they good at it? Are they good at cheating? Do they get away with cheating? Is it a win on their Wikipedia? Think about that. Who wins today? I picked Francis out of spite mostly. Do you just not like Dricus? I get it. I don't, and you know what? Oh, man, there's something about Dricus that seems likable. There's something about him that seems like he's probably actually a good, likable, pretty chilled out dude. But I don't know. He seems, it's not fair. It's like making fun of somebody that has some kind of a disability or something. Like, the way he talks drives me crazy. Like, he talks like he has like marbles in his mouth. And that's not a reference to his coach. I'm saying just like I don't know if it's an impediment kind of thing. He talks. It's almost like I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like baby talk, which again is not a reference to his coach. I don't know if it's like a sick game or fantasy. I don't know what it is. But there's something about the way he talks that drives me crazy, and not in that kind of way, like obnoxious. And I remember when he was coming after Adesanya, some of the stuff was maybe it could have been seen as a little abrasive, a little too. I mean, I know he was going a little bit hard in the paint at first about the whole Africa thing, but is he wrong? Should he feel bad about being proud of the country that he's from? That's crazy. Is he supposed to be shy of being proud of his country? James Bishop says DDP beats on both. Dang! He beats Ngannou and Gane. Today's serial gain hurts Nogano with eyes closed haymaker. Oh, pokes him in the eye, hammer fist the back of his head till the ref pulls him off. There you go. That's what I'm saying. I like the way you think, Spade and one McDysentery. I like the way you think because you're thinking realistically. Like, what happens in a fight? People cheat. When Gain was going to fight Pereira, I said Gain's going to win and he's going to cheat. And he's going to end up getting his finishing sequence and getting to the place where he's winning through cheating. I believe I even said with shots to the back of the head. I wasn't shying away from that. I wasn't trying to say, stop calling him a cheater. He's going to beat Pereira. I said he's going to cheat. And he's going to win because of it. Now, I think he would have won anyway. But, you know. Khamzat stands no chance against Sean. He fell on his back like a scared dog. Yeah, I will never believe in Chamoyev again. I think he's a fraud. I think he's a poser. I think, he loses that again. Overtrain with Sam Calavera. Yeah. I don't get why people don't like Dricus. I guess it's because he's white. I don't know, dude. Like, when I think about it, I don't have a good reason to not like him. He seems like a cool dude. He really does. Usman seems like a really cocky, obnoxious dude that's full of himself. He was my pick because on paper, look, and I always say this, even when something goes sideways with the pick. When I look at what I said about why he should have won on paper, it all makes sense. He 100% should have won that fight. And I believe he wins the rematch. If he listens to the T to what his corner says, which he probably won't. Because I said this the other day. Usman said after the fight, I feel like I didn't represent my coaches and my training camp well, and I wish I would have I feel like I've heard him say that before. Does anybody remember that? I'm almost positive I've heard him. And I know that sounds like a thing that like multiple fighters say, and maybe that's why it's in my beanie. I'm almost positive I've heard him say that before. And I think he's just a dude that feels like, I got this. Like, he's so used to, like, it was kind of annoying. It was very annoying after the fight. He just seems to have, like, no awareness of how he comes off. After the fight on the microphone, he's already talking about, I don't know what this feels like. I'm not used to being on the losing end of this. I don't understand this. I'm not comfortable here. I'm usually winning. It's like, dude, you lost, like, 3 out of your last 4 fights. What are you talking about? You've been a loser. You've been losing. What the heck? Like, did they beat your memory out of you? What are you talking about? And then he gets to the post-fight press conference. He's like, yeah, man, no excuses. I got no excuses. But I did come into this fight injured. But that's the kind of stuff you're never going to hear about. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to tell anybody how I came into this fight injured and half the man I should have been, But no excuses. So it's annoying. Dricus does seem like a good guy, but I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. I think maybe there was just something I felt like I read on him when he came in, because I remember I always was not a fan of Adesanya. And then when the fight came up with Adesanya and Dricus and I was watching all the promo, I was like, oh, dude, Dricus is annoying too. Who do I root for? And what the heck? Dang, I shoved this like permanently on. I will never be able to use this pen again. It's not that I'm not strong enough to open it. I was too strong when I closed it. So whatever. I'm not worried about it. But I think maybe I misjudged something. I don't know. Because I remember I thought some of the stuff he was saying and stuff, some of the ways he was acting was annoying when he was, and you know what it might have been? It might have just been biased. Because I remember at the time, I was a Strickland fan. And I loved the way that Strickland was going after Adesanya. And then maybe when Dricus was going after Strickland, maybe I kind of didn't like it. But then maybe that's also where I started to jump off the train with Strickland. Because it's like, oh, dude, you're a hypocrite and you're a big baby. Because all you ever do is tell people stuff and talk papas. But then when they say stuff about you, you're acting like the victim. I don't know. I was talking about it the other day on the hit show, the Moss and Jesse show, how MMA fans are so fickle. And I'm one of them. My girlfriend says he sounds like he's deaf. I could hear that. That does make sense. And now I feel bad because he's a fighter. What if he's actually deaf in 1 year? What if he's actually deaf? And that's why his coach is always being weird, whispering sweet nothings into his ear. And we think he's being a cochino. And he's literally doing it because Dricus can't hear. That doesn't explain the kissing, though. That doesn't explain the kissing. Hold on, let me Should DDP be proud of the country his ancestors colonized? Look, I might make some people unhappy. I might make some people happy. I might sound ignorant. I don't know when I say this. I don't know. I don't think that's DDP's problem. I don't think that's fair. Because whether you were born in Mexico, the United States, Africa, wherever, there was always somebody else that's not a good point, is it? That's not a good argument when it comes to Africa, I don't think. Listen, I'll put it this way. So let me put it this way. I'll put it more generic. So many people are just born, right? They just, one day they become sentient. You know, like, when does that happen for someone? When they're like 3? I don't know. One day you're just like, oh, I'm alive. And I have a conscience, like, you know? And you're just born somewhere. You can't help that. What if Adesanya had chosen to have a child when he was in China? And now Adesanya is annoying and just kind of who knows what up here, that he goes to China and he's like, I'm a China man. And, you know, he's carrying the flag and all that. But if he had a child there and the child... See, I told you, I'm speaking from a place of ignorance here, because now I'm just talking about being born somewhere. You're talking about colonizing somewhere. But still, Dricus didn't colonize the place. Now, he is colonizing the UFC. He is colonizing the weight divisions. And he is taking down the so-called African champs and replacing them with the actual African champ that actually lives and resides in Africa. But DDP didn't colonize them. Now, if somebody wants to go down and just like carry it down all the years or decades or centuries or whatever, now you could hop in your time machine and go back and then have like the ancestors duke it out and be like, why are you trying to take our land? Well, here's why we're trying, blah, 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 blah. But DDP didn't take nobody's land. DDP he became conscious one day wearing some diapers. And he's like, this is my house. He didn't have nothing to do with that. I don't understand why he can't be proud and love the place where he lives and support it and pay taxes there and provide for the land. He's doing more for his land than those other people that dipped out trying to live in these tax-free places. He's back there supporting his homeland. Camaro, excuse man. Camaro, excuse man. That's good, man. Shoot. I apologize for being so back on the chat today. Folks that have never been to Africa, mad at Dricus for being born and raised somewhere. They don't think he belongs. Dang. So Dricus and his coach have some kind of weird, like instead of sign language, they have like a kissing language. Because maybe Dricus can't do sign language that good with the gloves on, because like the restrictions. Especially if they get the Trevor Whitman gloves, then he can't even use his fingers to sign. So they got to sign with their mouth. Because look, like for example, like I have to believe, because I've been told my whole life that I don't look Mexican, which blows my beanie. I'm like, what the heck am I supposed? I don't look like what I am enough for you, bro. I have like some Chinese dude or like a white dude tell me, you don't look Mexican. I'm like, what the heck? I don't look like what I'm supposed to look for you. What do I need to look like to please you, homie? Not like that, but... And so, you know, as I got older, I started to realize and I started to see certain pictures and hear about certain things. And I was like, you know what? I think I probably got... You know what? I feel kind of weird saying it, under these circumstances and everything, but it's just the way life goes. There's probably a pretty good chance that if you check my genetics or the 57andMe or whatever, where they swab you and they try to clone you or whatever, but at least they give you some paperwork, it's probably going to say a lot of stuff about like Spanish in my blood. And I think everybody knows this. I mean, anybody that knows anything about anything, that's just the way it goes. Somebody from Mexico is probably going to have quite a bit of Spanish in their genetics. And I think I look much more like somebody that's Spanish than what people would typically think about when they talk about Mexican. But to me, it's like, I'm not thinking about this person went over and took over that land and they kicked them out and they crossed with them and now they're more this than that and that's not right. I was just born, dude. I was just born. And I just work with what I got. Because I'm a down vato, bro. Wait, is that good? Down could mean different things, right? Oh, dang. Angel Padilla! No Raider shirt equals not Mexican. Go Raiders. Go Raiders. DDP has all the benefits that his ancestors provided by stealing land and murdering the natives. And he still winds up black fighters? What do you mean? Is that like a figure of speech? Like, oh man, I wound them up. Is that like saying you beat them up? I don't know. I feel like you could say that just about any land, man. Like the United States, like that's like saying all people from the United States. Like somebody that's born tomorrow in the United States. Like if someone is born tomorrow in Texas or in Arkansas or in New York, they should feel bad because some people came over here on a boat and started shaking stuff up. Like people are just born, dude. We can't. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and you could look at the history of the world and just be like, oh, this thing that happened, man, that's unfortunate. That doesn't seem cool. These people just got blindsided and taken out of where. That's messed up. But then when you think about it, it's like, oh, dang. The place they came and flipped upside down and got these people. That's where I live now. Like, I'm here now. Like, imagine, like, where would I have even been? I would just be like, oh, like just trying to find a rabbit or I'm not going to eat today or whatever the case is. And now it's like, well, I'm here now. And what am I supposed to do? Just sit around twiddling my thumbs feeling bad for something I didn't even do? I don't know. It's a complicated situation, man. Because, like, I get it. I get what you're saying. I could look back. I mean, I could do that. I'm not just saying that. I could look back at old historical wars or battles or this people raided those people. And I'm like, dang, it seems barbaric, those poor people. But then I'm like, all right, I need some batteries in my Xbox controller. It's like, I'm just born, dude, and I'm just here now. I can't go back in time and be like, leave them alone. You just got to work with what you got, man. Yeah, I mean, I get it, Justin. I hate when people make the whole colonizing thing out to be a bad thing. If we had not colonized South Africa, it would be nothing today. People would still be living in mud huts, eating mud. I mean, I feel like it's like that, like with everywhere. And I'm not as well read on it as other people, but there's a couple different places that come to Beanie where it's like, yeah, I could think of a couple places right now where if they wouldn't have been colonized or taken over, they would just they'd be like the dudes right now with that shoot arrows at people every time they try to come on the boat and be like, you do know that we have Wi-Fi, right? Like, why are you guys holding? We got shoes. We got corn dogs. We got PlayStation. Like, you guys know what you're keeping yourselves away from, right? Someone, J Beam says facts. We need to colonize more. I know, dude. I just need to get a helmet off of eBay. Trust me, bro. Dang. Checking in with GM while I drive semi-truck up here in Oregon. Sup, young foes? James Lopez, heck yeah, making that paper, dude. I used to sell cars to truck drivers. They got stacks, bro. They got stacks. I thought about it. I briefly thought about being a truck driver. I don't know how you do, James Lopez. I don't even like to parallel park, bro. I would be crying. I'm not even going to try to be tough about it. I would be crying if I try to drive a semi, dude. It's just too much vehicle. It's too much. Can you call a semi-truck a vehicle? Is it the same thing? It's just too much, bro. And then sometimes when you like turn onto a certain lane, it's like, how'd you even, bro, you wouldn't even been able to turn onto that lane if there was any cars in that lane. Like you got to time everything so perfect. I got so much respect for people that drive semi-trucks until I'm on the freeway with them. And then I'm like, bro, could you get out of the way? But aside from that, I got so much respect for that, dude. Exactly. What do people want DDP to do? Like pay reparations? Dude, imagine if they still had titles for the UFC events and one of them, and DDP wasn't one of them, and it was like UFC 362 reparations. And it was like him versus Nogano or something. That would be amazing, dude. I don't care. After looking at his record, I realize he really is the king of the washed. I'm telling you, people don't care. And I say it all the time. I feel like I go into the depths of these things and look into certain pockets. And like the other day when I was talking about how I happen to know, because I was like, look, I'm not ignorant about this. I know that there's some kind of base or something, because most people know Dricus as this unorthodox striker type of dude like Jiri. And they don't think of him unless they're just a fanboy and they're just trying to make stuff up because because of what he did to Adesanya, which should not count for anything because it's Adesanya. But he's not like a grappler, submission artist, wrestler kind of dude. But I happen to know that when he was a kid, he started with judo. That was his thing. He was a judoka, and then he went to wrestling. So he had that judo and wrestling base, but still at a very, very young formative age, he switched over to kickboxing, and then that just became everything. And it's the kind of thing where at this point in his life, he might as well have not even done wrestling or judo. It was like little kid stuff. It's like, I remember when I was like a kid, I would do martial arts with certain people that like I went to school with, people that I knew. And then like as an adult, I'd run into them again and they didn't know anything. They didn't remember anything. It's like they might as well have never even done it. And it's kind of sad. It's weird. But I dig into their backgrounds, what kind of stuff they trained in, what's their primary styles, where they went to school, how far they went with the vision they were in, what their records look like, their reach, all that kind of stuff. How old are they? Because everyone's always talking about how old someone is. And I start to learn these things. So I feel like a lot of the time when I see people in the comment sections and the chat sections, and they're going on and on about these fighters and how they're so this and that, I'm like, have you even looked at their record? Have you even looked at they haven't beaten anybody that means anything? Or if they did, they were like way over the hill. And look, I always talk about how age doesn't matter. But it's a different thing talking about age and talking about like Kane having no knees. It's different when you're talking about an actual type of like affliction or something having to do with their style or their body wearing down. That's a whole different thing. Yeah, I don't know anything about the government. And I'm not even trying to diminish that or downplay that, but it's like, dude, it's just a bad setup, man. Is there any government that's not corrupt? You know what I actually thought over the years? I think I've said this on here before, but you know how corrupt like all governments are? I started to wonder a couple years ago. Like we start to see how corrupt our own government is. And I was like, you know what? You know what would be crazy? You know what would be a trip after all these years? If North Korea was like some kind of paradise. And it was like, that's like the last place on earth that would be like the best place to live. But we just get fed all this propaganda from like our own government and other people. They're like, don't go there, they will kill you. And everyone over there like, ooh, we're gonna party like it's 19. Like, I wonder. All the other stuff that they feed us and they shove down our throats about this and that. And I don't even want to name certain things right now because then we're going to go on these tangents about the different topics. But just like everything else they lied to us about, trying to brainwash us about, it's like, man, I bet you it's pretty sweet over there in North Korea. It's a Korea without K-pop. That's the first thing. That's the first thing that intrigues me. Trust me, bro. Very, very late last night. Very late last night. It was a level of exfoliation, a level of extreme exfoliation that I wouldn't wish upon anybody. Not even Israel Adesanya. I've not seen DDP take a hard shot on the chin. Not from his coach. He got KO'd in his last promotion. Hit right on the button. Look, trust me, bro. I don't know if you've seen the other videos I made recently about the reacting to the fight. I believe Usman wins the rematch. And this is a completely hypothetical situation. Because Usman won't. He won't listen to his coaches. So in a hypothetical situation, I believe Usman wins the rematch. In a realistic situation, he doesn't. Because he won't listen to his coaches again. He just won't. Like he did in the Leon Edwards rematch. But if Usman would have just kept landing straight and putting out that long, crisp jab instead of doing some of these Max Holiday looking haymakers, he could have done so much more damage. There were a couple times. There was one especially. Can't remember if it was the third round or the fourth round. But there was one especially that Usman put right out there. Boom! And Dricus was like, whoa, I know what it feels like now. He gave me a little taste. And Usman just didn't. He just didn't do it more. But if he would have just led straight and kept it short and not being going wide the whole fight, would have been totally different. For less than a cup of coffee, you too could be a gringo. The laws in Russia are on one page. I like that, dude. It seems like it's just so matter of fact. Like, hey, just do what you're supposed to. We're not going to waste words on you. We're not going to waste our energy. We're not going to waste time. It's very simple. This is what you need to abide by. If not, keeps people in check, man. I genuinely think that how they teach people martial arts is like Stone Age type of stuff still. It's like they're time gating people into paying for what color bouts and time go. Dude, throughout the course of my life, I have definitely experienced a place or two like that. And it's terrible, man. It's terrible. You end up with people wearing certain things that they should not, that they didn't earn. Like literally when you see dudes looking at their binder or their app or whatever they use, and they're basing your progress and what your rank should be based off of, okay, Monday, and then you came on this day, right? I thought I saw, was it you? I must have missed you. I didn't check you. Okay, and then you paid for this, and then did you show up on Saturday for that camp, for the extra seminar? Okay, we'll count that. And then, wow, it looks like it's time for you to get your blue belt. Dude. Dude. Yeah, it's bad, man. Do you think McGregor's actually injured? I posted about this and you replied, remember, I'm 100% convinced he isn't and never was it. Oh. Let me say this first. And I think it's kind of gross, and I think it just shows how easily manipulated people are. And I've said this too many times. People that are 100% believing he was not injured, don't say that he was injured, you're being a conspiracy theorist, they're totally eating out of the hands of the UFC. saying that Conor McGregor was not injured going into the fight is 100% the damage control UFC narrative. Because if it was true, first of all, if Conor went into that fight injured, do you understand how bad that makes the UFC look that they didn't catch that? There's no angle. There's just no way that the UFC could give even an inch on that. They have to take a hard stance on that, because it either at the very, very, very least makes them look wildly incompetent. Wildly incompetent. And that's going to look bad with the commission. That's going to look bad, even though it would be in large part the commission's fault because they're so involved with that. It makes them look bad too. They'll just get mad at each other and point the finger. It would make them look bad with Paramount, with sponsors, investors, betting, everything and anything. TKO. So the UFC can't budge on that. They can't. They cannot admit that. Even if they say, we didn't know, we weren't complicit. Oh, so you're just incompetent. So they're going hard on that. And there's something that's happened like in our society or like in the world. If you do anything that strays even just a little bit, even a little tiny bit away from the mainstream narrative, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a wacko. And it's been done beautifully by whoever you want to say controls the strings. Because what that does is keep people in check. Because if anybody goes against the grain even just a little bit, or they go off the mainstream hive mind, they're labeled a conspiracy theorist and a wacko. You're crazy. You don't know anything, weirdo. And when you see that happening, that should reveal something to you. When that hive mind is just attacking people that have the nerve to think even just a little bit differently, just a little bit outside the narrative, that should tell you something. And for a lot of people, they don't even notice it. And so I have to say first, I think it's absolutely possible that Conor McGregor, I'm not saying I believe this, but I think you'd be foolish to think it's not possible that he's faking it 100%. Any one of us, unless you're just, I don't know, just a bad actor or bad at like faking something, I don't know. I feel like anyone here right now, anyone watching this later, could do everything that Conor did that was, aligned with faking it. Any one of us here could have went to the ceremonial weigh-ins and stumbled and looked like we didn't know how to balance ourselves, and we had no equilibrium, and like our leg was hurt and took forever to take your sweats off and your shoes, and got in this really funky stance, this very, gingerly type of stance when you're not even wanting to put your weight down fully, when you're tying your shoes and acting like it's the first day you ever learned how to tie your shoes. It was awkward. It just went on. And then how he gingerly got onto the scale and didn't look good and was trying to overcompensate with the wah and all that kind of stuff. And then the next day, looking all weird when you're getting out of your shoes on the thing. And as I saw somebody say, dude, his feet were sweaty. He slid. His feet were sweaty. Well, that doesn't explain why he went, whoa, ooh, 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 and hopped like 4 times on the one. Like, I better not put the other leg down. I mean, everybody knows what it's like to take your foot out of a sweaty shoe and you slide a little bit, and then you catch yourself with the other one. Whoa, okay, I'm good now. But he was like, ooh, 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 ooh. Like, do not put the other foot down. And then something else that nobody seemed to catch on. And I clipped the little section, and I kind of zoomed in on it so people would see it. Do you guys remember the movie Superbad? Where Michael Cera, he was in a classroom and he was staring at this girl. He was like daydreaming. He was like staring at her. And she turns around and she sees him. Do you guys remember? Some of you are envisioning this right now. I've seen the movie too many times. He does something like this. This might not be perfect, but it's something like this. So here's what I'm going to act out right now. I'm staring at the person, and then when they catch me, I'm going to do something. And you're going to see it, okay? Here it is. And action. You've all done something like that. Even if it's not that you're staring at someone like in a romantic fashion, maybe you're mean mugging someone. Maybe you're staring at someone while they're poking their nose when you're at a red light to get whatever it is. And then you're kind of just like dazed. You're kind of looking at them, and then they notice and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Conor McGregor, when he did that and he started hopping on his leg, and again, I focused on this, and maybe I should have taken some more time to put some words to it. But I thought the visual said everything it needed to say. He did that hop, and then he had the flag on his back. I don't know if you remember. And he did something like this. Watch. I'll try to act it out as best I can. He did that. It was kind of like like, oh, it's all good. What's up? What are you guys doing? How you feeling? What are you getting for dinner after this? He went like this. He responded facially and visually like, oh yeah, so what's going on? What's going on? It was so like he was trying to figure out how to best describe that. It's almost like you're trying to divert attention on a certain thing by just like, like it's almost like a transition, like a scene change that you're doing, like visually. Like it's like kind of the only way in that circumstance to accomplish that. And I'm just saying, the way that he did that at the ceremonial weigh-ins, the way that he did that and slipped right before the fight, that face that he made, where he's really, the dude is an aspiring actor. He didn't come on some low-budget independent film or some social media stuff, dancing with Nina Chama and stuff like that. He came in a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, Hollywood blockbuster. He came in Roadhouse. You don't think that a dude could have the forethought to slip and then play it up like Michael Cera and just, it's like, so if he was faking it, he's the type of person that would know exactly what to do. Then he gets in there and dude, he looked like somebody that's like, they want you to know how upset they are. Have you ever been in a situation where someone is like mad sulking and they're just like trying, and you're like, oh, are you sad? Like, they just want you, they want to make sure that everyone in the room is aware. And it's like, dude, Conor, you know how many cameras are on you right now? You know how many cell phone cameras are on you right now? You know how many people are in the building? You know that everyone is here to look at you? So it's like, it was like the ultimate play up. You don't think this guy could have had the presence of mind to be, like, let's say he really was... I'll say this. If Conor McGregor really is injured, what an idiot. What an idiot having that face that he had on before the fight. To me, that's the kind of face you'd put on if you're faking it and you're trying to play it up. If I was really injured, I'd be in there like, yeah, like, I'm not going to let anyone know I'm injured. I'm smiling. I'm ready to go. But when somebody wants a certain kind of attention and they want people to notice something and they're actively trying to play into a certain narrative, now they're sulky. Now they're like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong with him? What's happening? He gets hurt. Oh, because he's hurt. Poor guy. He knew. He was worried. He was scared. I'm starting to talk myself into it. I'm too good at this. I'm starting to convince myself that Conor wasn't hurt. I think it's 100% possible that he's not hurt. Now, this whole time I've been going with the narrative, of course he's hurt because of everything we've seen in the footage, because of the way we've seen him stumbling, because of his body language, because of his face, because I think the big thing is the way he acted when it broke. That says everything about a human, everything about a person, unless it's pre-planned and faked. I think the most important thing for me to say, though, is there's not a world for me. There is not a world in which he I don't think there's a world in which he came in uninjured and left injured. I think he was either injured already and he's still injured, or he faked it. I don't think he came in healthy and then injured himself in the fight. That I do not believe is an option. Let's see here. If I had to, James, if I had to, I'm a lover. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I will fight for love. How dare you? We've had 91 votes. I think we got some trolls in here. If you have not voted, then vote. If they, based on what? Based on what? There's actually people in here that think Nogano could win. Why? Is the last thing you saw about Nogano the press materials and the marketing before the Stipe Muchacho fight? Are you kidding me? Have you seen his last fights? Do you understand you have to take into consideration his opponents? Who he's fighting? Nogano would look real good if he fought you too. You have to consider all of the details. This is crazy. Man, it just shows where the headspace is of a lot of the community. It's very discouraging. Oh my goodness. Please make sure to get your vote in if you have not voted, no matter who it is. Even if you think it's Nogano. Just get your vote in so we can have some truth in here. Even if it's inaccurate truth. You know, it's your truth, you know? That's wild to me. How does Gain lose to Nogano? Exactly, off of sheer intimidation, which he wouldn't anymore because that aura's gone. Conor left us the breadcrumbs to follow. There's layers to the conspiracy. It seems like he is, dude. There's a lot of cryptic things that this dude is trying to, like, yeah, the whole time it's been like that. Yeah, Nogano's out there trying to fight Jake Paul, man. This is twisted. I think people are just messing with me at this point. Speaking of Conor McGregor, I think the best matchup for him when he comes back is against Kamaru Usman. Does anybody disagree? I think the absolute best thing that could happen for both of them right now is that matchup. The men, that could be another throwback title for a UFC event. UFC 359. Usman versus McGregor. The men with no knees. It's like the man without a name. The men with no knees. I think that would be a fantastic matchup for them right now. Don't even talk about Usman's wrestling. Because, I mean, it was non-existent in this last fight. Conor could figure out how to stuff a takedown. I think, shoot, man. We know Conor wanted to. It's hard to say now because it seems like his real goal was to just get out of that fight and never fight it to begin with. But you know Conor would have opted to grapple with Max. And after seeing Dricus Du Plessis nullify the grappling of Usman, you know, just playing the striker game, I think it's entirely possible for Conor to stuff takedowns with the dude with no knees and then throw those shots down the middle. Usman's going to be throwing haymakers. Chandler, dude. I know people are looking at Conor in a certain way right now because of what happened and how things went in his most recent fight. I understand that. But to even bring up Conor versus Chandler seems so disrespectful at this point. Because we've seen Chandler in a fight. We just saw Chandler fight. And that was so bad. So bad. Conor, it wasn't fair because either, you know, he made his injury even worse or he's faking it. And people are judging him by like, oh, he's old and decrepit. No one could say that. Because no one really knows what happened. Chandler, we actually saw him fight and saw, oh, he can't fight. Conor didn't even fight. And Max, after seeing what Oliveira did to him, and then after seeing the beating that Max just took from his wife, he's taking L's left and right, dude. Ilya, Oliveira, whatever the heck his lady's name is. Connor making him look like an idiot. Let's get this money, boys. And then Holiday couldn't even play out his own metaphor correctly. He was talking about how he was going to take Connor into deep waters and he wasn't going to be able to swim. But then Max comes out with the life jacket? What are you talking about, dude? Darren Miguel! We need a compilation of the ref's face when Bobby Green spits water after getting his hand raised. Oh, dude. I never even considered that. That would be funny, man. Do they look as disgusted as DC looked when Dricus mentioned Jesus Christ, like if he was about to vomit? Was it anything like that? We have 107. Thank you, Darren Miguel. Thank you, bro. We have 107 votes, and we still have Nogano winning. Is this who I'm dealing with? This is the MMA. This is the state of the MMA community. I feel sick. I'm going to go spit. I have a spittoon in the next room. I feel so sick. I'm going to go spit. I'll be right back. Silly of me to think that anybody would do the right thing in here. Silly of me to think that you would vote for game 2. This is disgusting. Try not to make things uncomfortable and get angry, but I don't know what you expect from me. GM, make a poll to know how many times everyone has been unsubbed from your channel and had to resub. I've been unsubbed more than once. I'm gonna screenshot your back-to-back messages right here, and I'm gonna start a new chat with YouTube and say, "What's up, foe?" I've talked with him about this before. Okay, you guys are obviously having too much fun with this now, and you're being trolls. Because Nogano went up another 1%. And this is disgusting. So let's just end this poll. And let's see. Have you ever been unsubbed by YouTube from this channel? By YouTube from this channel. Yeah, I know it happens a lot. I need to talk with them about that again. It's unacceptable, bro. I didn't, Leon. I didn't. The last ref was having a good time. Oh, do you think he went like that? If all the raindrops were Bobby Green's mucus, oh, what a rain that will be. If all the raindrops were Bobby Green's bacteria, oh, what a rain that would be. Hey, did you like it, Mystical Ninja? Did it make you cry? I'm not here for the subs. I'm here for the tortas. Am I right, Dojo?
Am I right, Miami?
What happened to Certified Torta Chaser? What happened? Is he out there chasing? Is he out there like trying to catch him like Pokemon or what? Game beats Francis 9 out of 10 times. Thank you. Thank you for bringing some intellect into the community, bro. Is unsub the dirty term? Wait, what? It is dirty. I mean, as far as I'm confirmed, it's very dirty. Trouble! Crazy, man. Okay, it's definitely the minority right now. But it's happened, maybe, I mean, there's only 114 people here right now. Out of like, I've been doing this 10 years and, even though I think they all passed away, I think they all face untimely deaths. 300,000 people or whatever, over 300,000. You know how many times over the years I've seen people say, what the heck, bro? How come I'm unsub? Did you unsub me? And I'm like, are you serious, bro? You think I'm going to try to take you off my channel? Are you serious? But I've heard a lot of people tell me that, but it's crazy because it seems to, at least in here, be the minority. Interesting. I mean, I tend to agree with you, Mystical. I think it made for better fights. I think it made things more exciting. I would say current Brady Johnson. I would say current. Wait, he is still? He's still talking about that? Dana White's being so fake, dude. That's like the kind of thing that he would say. Fear and smoking, so good to see you, bro. So good to see you here. Mrs. Holiday is up in McGregor's DM. She's looking for that golden surfboard. Yeah, like I can't even understand. Like, I know Max tried to come out and clear it up, but even when I was like, she's just not a good storyteller or something. Because even when I was listening to the initial interview where his wife was telling this story, I was like, I was a little bit lost, and it was like, what are you describing? What are you, I don't know. I can't think of any good positive thing that could have possibly came out of that. Like, why is she even being interviewed? Was it like a surfing podcast? Like, why are they interviewing her? Like, we don't hear, like, I don't know, Dricus Du Plessis. Nobody's interviewing his wife or his fiance or whatever. Like, why? Why are they interviewing Max's wife? And then she's just saying some, like, I don't even know her name. What's Steph Curry's wife's name? Like, what is this agenda that they have to just, like, take their dudes down? I don't understand it. They just go on and say some wild stuff, man. But maybe it's good for Max. Maybe he don't want to end up with one of them Brandon Royval type of ladies, you know? Maybe it's better to know now than, later. I genuinely can't imagine Nagano winning against Gain. Bro is slow like molasses, and Gain moves like a middleweight with heavyweight power. It's all narrative, bro. It's all propaganda. And it's sad. I kind of regret doing that poll, because it's like, I don't want to believe that that's how people think. It makes me sad, dude. He's very, very slow and flat-footed, and all he wins off of is intimidation. He punches hard. Well, then be light on your feet. Be smart. It's the same thing I said against Josh Hockey and Derek Lewis. He hits like a truck. Then don't stand in the middle of the road with your eyes closed, right? It's crazy, dude. And this is the only channel I've ever been unsubbed from, as far as I know. Dude, they're out to get me, bro. They're out to get me. I gotta stop talking about adrenochrome. Shoot, man. You've unsubscribed from a channel before by accident. Oh, dang. But hopefully that's not the case for Cian Lao, because I want to believe that YouTube's out to get me. I blocked Torta a while back. Wait a minute, you blocked him? What did he do? Did he say something crazy? I think I saw him say a couple crazy stuff. But that would have just blocked him from I don't even know how that works, from interacting with you, or I don't even know how that would work. Like if you uploaded videos on a channel, then he couldn't leave comments on yours. I don't know. I don't even know how that would affect this. Alchemy 65. GM, what would be your walkout song if you were fighting in the UFC? Dead Silence. I would come out to Dead Silence. Just I wouldn't like, and then, but then I would go all the way on the other extreme. If it wasn't, like, honestly, that's my first choice. I would just want it to be quiet, just straight to business. If it was a song, I don't know. Maybe like shoot. I know I'm thinking about it too much, like if I'm gonna fight tomorrow or something, but you know what? I kind of like, I feel like I changed over the years. There was a part of my life where I felt like I'd want to be silly. And I'd play something like, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friend. You know, something like that. But now I feel like I'd play like, I play something like Hand of Doom or something like that from like Black Sabbath. Something crazy like that. I don't know, man. I for real though, my easy answer, my gut reaction is Dead Silence. I wouldn't want to play anything. Or you know another one? I am a real religious man. That would be funny. That would be funny. That'd be funny. You know who should do that? Josh Hogan. That would be funny. I am. I am. If he fought at UFC Noche and he came out to that, that would be hilarious, man. Lord Racer! ARGR pressured. You know, I'm going to make it a point to do Lord Racer. I'm going to get a spicy chicken sandwich with the Santa Fe sauce in your honor, bro. Just to make it up to you, bro. I really appreciate you. I was thinking about it the other day, actually, dude. And I don't know why I didn't pull the trigger. Why are you trying to run defense for YouTube, Athena? Why are you trying to back them up? They're dirty vatos. They're trying to take me down. I don't want anybody else when I think about you. Oh, yeah, the Blood and Blood Out theme song. Curtis Blades was involved with Pizzagate? What? For real? ARJR, I've brought that up a couple of times. Dude, like, what the heck, Eve? What are you doing? What are you doing, Sarah? Stop laughing. You're laughing at God, Sarah? You don't believe in God? You're trying to give your concubine? What are you doing? Rachel, what are you doing? You're trying to tell these kids to disrespect their father. What are you doing? Like, they're just always... And then I'm like, I probably shouldn't fall into that. Hoke would take Nogano down and make him look dumb. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And he might just do that. It might get to the point. It might get to the point where Hoke is just taking down everything and everybody, and however they need to make it work, they're like, we need to get Nogano in the picture. And then he just lays them out, dude. Josh Hoke lets him know what's up. Can we get the loser to put the belt on the winner and not Dana? Maybe. Oh, that would be crazy. The loser has to put the belt on the winner. That would be funny, man. That would be pretty cool. I don't know how you would make them do it. You'd have to threaten them with some kind of a fine or something if they don't. Because some people would definitely not want to do that, but that would be funny, dude. Leon Enriquez! Thank you, man. Thank you for bringing that beautiful bright blue into the ecosystem. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. I feel sometimes I feel weird about it. I'm like, I don't know, man. I know this stuff could be a little dark, especially with a lot of the stuff I talk about. But dude, I can't. I mean, I love me some Hand of Doom. I love me some War Pigs. I don't know what to tell you, man. Yeah, I love Nacho Libre, man. It's a beautiful film. Come out like Ben Henderson and like Charles Oliveira and like Dariush. Some Christian contemporary music. I'll come out to some old school, some Ron Canoli. Sing out, the Lord is near. Build him a temple here, a palace of praise. I'm going to get copyright claim now. Leon Enriquez! Walk out to the crazy Russian singer song. Dude, something like that. I love that song, man. I love that song too much. And you know what's funny? If I could understand it, I wouldn't like it as much. I love that it's like from a different place and I don't get it and it's kind of foreign and like there's something missing there. It's exciting to me. If I knew what he was singing about, I'd be like, you know what we do as people, we start critiquing the lyrics and either we connect or we don't connect with the lyrics. But this is just like something funky and far away. I like it, man. Fierro fights. I don't know if I've ever heard this take before. It is kind of weird that you decided to voice this, but I love you, but I don't really like the skits. Wow. I respect you have an outlet to make whatever you want and to be creative and have fun. Enjoy your whimsy, vato, but this is better content. Dude, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, it's a very nice compliment because this I could do every day. So it makes me feel good because sometimes I feel like when I do this, like I'm really slumming it and I'm really being lazy on you guys. And I'm like, because I feel like anybody could just sit there and talk. I do not feel like anybody could do skits. Some people are just not funny. Some people can't put something together that tells a story or whatever. But I feel like anybody could do this. So I feel like when I do this, like I'm being lazy and like I'm not doing actual content. So it's a nice compliment. It makes me feel good to hear you say not only that you enjoy this, but that you enjoy this better than the skits. And I don't know what you mean by the skits. I don't know if you mean like when me and Flaco do like Mexican Taekwondo, Mexican Judo, Mexican American Campo, or if you're talking about when we did like when we were trying to make a show. And like when I stabbed him and I got hijacked in the car and stuff like that. I don't know which one you mean. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now, could you have told me that you love the streams without talking down on my skits? Yes. But here we are. And I appreciate you, bro. Working class. Dude, that's a good one. Soon as you're born, they make you feel small by giving you no time instead of it all. I love that, man. I really show up. Michael Chandler with the bootstraps thing, huh? Working class hero is something to be. DDP's wife is a crisis actor? Oh, shoot. You know what? I don't even know if that's a joke, dude. It could totally be true these days. It's the audience, not the algorithm. They be shadow banning the best. Much love, man. Much love, Loud Neighbor. It's a tough balance, man, because I want to keep being myself and just being true to myself, man. I know they don't like it, though. Didn't a guy walk out to Mozart not long ago? It was a fight night event. Did he? I love that if he did. I missed that, I guess. That's a classic Hoser. Hoser, the power couple. I thought about that a lot. I remember back in the day when I thought I was going to be like a wrestler and stuff. I thought it would be cool to come out to that. Why can't we be friends? Like Homer Simpson. A Christless actor. Ooh. Oh shoot. Alchemy. Listen to Irina by Ennio Morricone. That would be a sick walkout song if you sing Kill Bill Part 2. It's a song playing when she's escaping the coffin. When she's buried alive, she does it for her GM. For her GM. Oh, okay. I kinda am aware of the storyline, but I've never seen Kill Bill before. Any of them. Let me see. What does that look like? You know what's funny? Thank you, Alchemy. I definitely can't. You already know that. I definitely can't play it on here right now because of the copyright issues on YouTube. But I think that's only the second song I've ever heard that I know is supposed to be a song from Kill Bill, and I think it's interesting that it's doing the whistling. That's only the second song I've ever heard from Kill Bill, and the other song also had a bunch of whistling. Is it like a whole whistling soundtrack for all the movies? I should watch Kill Bill. I love martial arts movies where it's true hand-to-hand combat. I never liked it when it's like flying around and wire work and effects, especially like the moment there's like swords and stuff. It's like, I don't want to see that. I want to see someone kick someone in the head, punch someone. I don't want to see swords and stuff like that. And then it's obviously just by its very definition, it's no longer like true hand-to-hand combat. So I just never thought I could get into it. But I don't know. I'm sure the story's got to be good. I mean, it's Tarantino. He's got to put something decent together, right? Thank you, Mystical Ninja. I guess not everybody likes him, but I appreciate that, man. Dang! Okay, Rodolfo. Okay, man. Shoot. People don't like the skits. I get it. I appreciate you, though, man. I try Mystical. Every once in a while, I go off on a little thing because, you know, I have to be able to use something as an upload, or else the algorithm just won't fall in love with me, you know. So sometimes I have to, you know, rant a little bit or whatever. But my favorite part is being able to go back and forth and have a conversation. Thank you for the positive hands up on Adaptive. I got to check him out, Alchemy. I don't have a good excuse. I have to, dude. I bet I would. Yeah, Mystical. That's the one with what's his name? Jesse Eisenberg, the dude from The Social Network, right? I can't even remember a single thing from it, but I remember I liked it a lot. I remember when I saw the trailer, I couldn't wait to see it. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. Oh, it's that song. That's a good song, ARJR. I was like, what? This dude wants to come out and fight for some tuna? He's gonna fight for tuna? But I didn't know that's what it was called, man. That's a good song. Dun, 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 dun. Just one long whistle scene. What the heck? It's just coincidental, I guess. Oh, I'll watch it. I don't wanna ask any more details because then it'll ruin it. Kill Bill's mostly sword fights. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, we watched Kung Fu Hustle on one of our movie nights on Patreon. It was the first time I tried to watch it years ago, and I just couldn't get into it. And then we watched it for the movie night, and it was funny. I gave it another chance. It was funny. Well, thank you, Mystical Ninja. Oh, that's good. Okay, good, Mystical Ninja. That gives me a good balance then. Because I have to do those, you know. I have to be able to cut them out so that I can have something to upload, you know, or else I'll never have any uploads. Hesh, don't be racist, bro. Don't be racist. That's like saying that dudes from America have to be light skins. That's like saying that dudes from America have to look like Dricus Du Plessis. What you talking about, man? He's the only one that resides there. Usman lives in Florida. Adesanya lives in New Zealand. Nogano lives in Las Vegas. Dricus Du Plessis is the only one holding it down over there, digging them holes. I left the MMA guru scene and came here. Way better community, in my opinion. I enjoy the ranting. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Sometimes I feel kind of bad when I'm doing it because I feel like, you know, I like the streams because that's like the biggest, you know, leap into the community aspects of things. Like that's, you know, how can you get deeper than that, a deeper community connection than literally having conversation with each other. So sometimes when I go into a little bit of a rant, I feel bad because I'm like, oh man, like it's weird. Like as I'm talking, part of me is also having an internal dialogue saying like, I think this is going on too long. But then it's like, no, because I really feel passionate about a certain thing. And that's what I'm here for, right? Like I have, that's why I have this microphone for a reason. And I'm trying to share this thought I have, this opinion, this take. And then it gives us something to talk about. Maybe it'll provoke conversation. And then when it takes over, now we're talking. Like I started off doing a rant that lasted maybe like 15 minutes. And then the last hour and 45 minutes, we've just been talking. So hopefully it's the best of both worlds. But thank you, man. But thanks, man. Yeah, I love the community aspect here. And again, there is not an MMA community that exists like this anywhere else on YouTube. This community is the best. What's up, Jake the Snake? Heck yeah. Well, we welcome you. We're Hams, we're hoping. We welcome you here, dude. You're already a full-blown gringo and everything. Got your green card in the community. And we cross over well, bro. And I feel like me and Moss stream at very different times. He streams more in the evening. For me, dude, when it's in the evening, Marilena's like, don't you remember you got a family? And I'm like, yeah, you keep reminding me. So I tend to stream more in the earlier parts of the day now. And he covers the evening. So we're very well-rounded around here. But yeah, typically I'm going to be going live in earlier parts of the day from now on. So hopefully that works out. I would move back to Germany, to the motherland, if I had money. I've never lived there, but my family has a mountain there. A mountain? They have a whole mountain? Bro, I want to move there. You think your family would embrace me? I've always thought that's so cool, man. Like a dream of mine that I have. Like a dream of mine. Like, I don't even care where it's at. Is to just like have like a little bit of land and have just like a mountain. You know how, dude, I would just go up there like every morning and just chill out. I'll just take like a lawn chair up there, just like my nice Copexy, and just sit on top of the mountain and just enjoy the just nature and the beauty. And honestly, I would feel like one of those dudes from the Bible, dude. I would just go on top of the mountain. I would just pray. It'll be so crazy, dude. I don't know. I love that kind of thing. I would love to have a mountain. I went there once and he was calling everyone inbreds, which I thought was rich coming from an Englishman. Never went back. Wait a minute. Are you saying you went to South Africa and Dricus was calling, I guess we could say, dark-skinned people inbreds? Are you saying that he was calling them inbreds because, like, he's basically saying, you guys lack variety. We came here to mix it up and give you guys some new color or lack thereof. And he's basically saying, like, stop inbreeding. Like, we're trying to help you switch it up over here. Don't be like, you know, ironically, like the people in England. Wait, what words are complex? What did I say that was complex? Marloca, Chile Verde hearts. Chile Verde, Chile Verde. Thank you so much. Thank you for the blessing. Marloca. I appreciate you. DDP should be in Black Panther. BP3. Bro, exactly, 100%. I usually have to watch the replays of his because I go to bed at 10 Eastern Standard. Oh, dang. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I guess we're at different parts of life right now in certain aspects. And I remember back in the day, it was like the bread and butter for me. Like, it was way easier for me to stream in the evening. And now it's like, that's a big no-no, you know? Like right now, I'm actually going to have to dip in like 14 minutes and I got to start going to like help with dinner and stuff like that. I got to make some chicken. So yeah, it's, you know, I got that kind of life right now where there's a lot of moving pieces and I got to make sure that I'm available. But that's perfect, dude. It's the best MMA space in the game by a country mile. And yeah, YouTube doesn't want to spread the wealth, bro. YouTube wants to keep us YouTube's best kept secret. You're infectious or something while you're sipping on your Starbucks. Wait, infectious? What? Like like in a good way? Or like I'm going to infect somebody? What do you mean? Heck yeah, Mystical. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, bro. I want to run to the top of the mountain. I want to run to the top of the mountain with a guitar and shoot a music video. Heck yeah. Heading to the dungeon to behead your emoji now. What? Oh, that's too... Wait, that was too Marloca. He's going to behead the Chile Verde heart? I'm so lost. Is he going to go have some Chile Verde in the dungeon? Oh, he was talking about the MMA guru. I was so confused. I was like, wait a minute, you went to South Africa and you actually were at a place where like Dricus was just hanging out? Like, wow. I was like, how did this happen? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Oh, dude. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. No, Guru was rightfully calling the Dagestanians inbred, and some gays take offense to I mean, it's kind of ironic. I don't even want to. I feel like I can't even say anything, or people just take every opportunity to like. I mean, and I'm not saying that he's denying anything, but I'm saying like that's everywhere. Look at the royal family. Like that's everywhere. And I don't know. Frankly, I don't know if I mind inbreeding. You know, I have a purebred dog. I'll just say I have a purebred dog, and you know what that's a result of? Inbreeding. And frankly, I don't know how to find a negative perspective on this. You pay lots of good money, which I regret profusely, but it was not my idea. This was years ago. But a purebred dog is a thing that's very much sought after, and it's you inbreed them. And you get some of the best grapplers from inbreeding. So I fail to see the negative side of it. I don't understand where the word inbred picked up a negative connotation. Did you sit there? And get my white card that I gave you, GM? A white card? Wait, what? A white card? What does that get? What does that grant me access to? Guru never posts nowadays. I don't know if he has to, man. Shoot. I don't know if he has to. He's probably out there doing some backstrokes right now in the million gallon swimming pool. He's probably out there street racing. He's probably pulling up to a light right now in the Lambo. I don't know if he has to, dude. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say about that. ARGR! I'm changing the head on Mars emoji from a nut to a ball bearing and short hair. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see. Oh, you're talking about the actual, oh, dang. A ball bearing and short hair. Oh, she's getting a glow up. Marloca with the glow up. Dang. And it's not even her birthday. And it's not even her birthday. And it's not even her birthday. Every generation of inbreeding brings your IQ down like 10, 20 points. Interesting. I wonder if it's just a matter. I wonder if that's why. Because like when we see documentaries and stuff about them, like in Dagestan and stuff like that, it's like, it's so ridiculously concentrated, like how they live. So it's like maybe if they're aware that it brings like IQ points down or whatever, they're like, okay, we need to pack this in. We're not going to waste any IQ points. You know how like the public education system in places like the United States, they'll teach you a bunch of stuff that you're never ever gonna need to know ever again or utilize, so that you waste space for no reason. So maybe in Dagestan it's like, okay, instead of learning about this and about that and about focusing on that, it's only gonna be wrestling. And you're gonna live at the school, which is a wrestling school. We don't teach math, we don't teach science, it's only wrestling all the time. and you're gonna eat breakfast there and lunch and dinner. You can sleep there. You can take a shower there, and then they just gotta. I mean, it's kind of brilliant. They just gotta pack as much as they can. It's very, very precise and specific and concentrated. I gave you a white card that means now your next stream that you could do white face. White face. Okay. I got that Jay Smith card. I was thinking about doing like Ireland face, UK face. I don't even know if UK face is white anymore. Canadian face. No, Canadian face. I don't even think the biggest population in Canada is white anymore, is it? I don't even know, dude. I don't know. It's probably best not to speak about these things right now. I'll just go full-blown white. I like it. Which Mexican should fight McMillan? Dude, it'd be nice if it was someone that could actually win, right? I mean, Diego Lopez lost to Volkanovski twice, and he was getting his butt kicked by Silva and then got lucky at the end. He was getting his butt kicked by Garcia and then got lucky because Garcia got sloppy. Shoot, man. What are they going to give him? Rank number 10, Kevin Vallejos? I think he has too much grit for Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia really dropped the ball, man. I feel like he would just swarm Garcia and he would get thrown off his game. Garcia really, man, he really messed it up. I don't think there's a Mexican in the division that could that's gonna be able to stand his ground, man. That's just the way it is. I think McMillan could talk his trash to the Mexicans in that division. I think that's just the way it's going to be. But that's what I'm saying, because ARJR is saying it's negative because of all the side effects, the genetic mutations, and the retardation that could occur from it. But bro, the retardation, and I try not to talk about this too much. I'm not trying to make light of it, but the retardation is what gives them that strength, bro. That's, I think, why the Dagestanians got that. And they think it's the steroids. That's why they got that grip. And I don't want to say it again. I don't want to say the phrase, the term that people use. You know what it is. But I think that's where they get it from. And maybe it's not the most conducive thing to keep that going because of the potential mutations and stuff like that and what could happen, because out in everyday typical kind of life, like if they were going to just be like an insurance broker or something like that, then maybe it wouldn't go well. But if you're just going to be a grappler, it might work in your best interest. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Okay. Khabib honestly seems very intelligent though, right? He may be an exception. He does. He's like a very and dude, he's speaking in a different language. He's not even speaking in his first language. When he speaks in English, it's like, yeah, he seems very well spoken, very thought out. Like he seems like a very intelligent dude. And then especially when he speaks in his native tongue, and then of course we have to rely on the transcriptions or whatever, but he seems like a very thoughtful dude. But I guess, I mean, maybe he's high up in the lineage, you know, who knows? It is real, dude. It is real. Mexican face was invented by Daniel Craig in the 007 movie. What? I guess I gotta watch that movie. How dare you, Tony Louie? How dare you say I don't read the chat? But I really miss Adesanya. What do you mean you miss him? He's coming back, bro. You don't watch my videos? He's coming back. He's gonna be, and I'm calling it before anybody else. It hasn't been announced yet. He's coming back and he's gonna fight in the light heavyweight division. He's coming after Carlos Oberg. Poor Robert Whittaker, man. He thought he was gonna do something in the light heavyweight division, and maybe he can. Maybe at that weight he can. Maybe that's why they gotta retire so quick, Mystical Ninja. Because they don't age well. Maybe that's why they got to stop so early. And maybe that's why they don't fight so much. Maybe they can't. Maybe it's not something that you could be super consistent with. Inbreeding with farm animals could create larger, stronger animals. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're always accusing him of being on steroids. Because of that strength. Dang. I mean, how many Mystical Ninja, when you think about it, because he says they die in like their 40s and 50s in most cases. How many old, like think about it, how many older dudes do you see that are Dagestanians? They don't last very long, you know. Max Bluestein, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate the valiant effort. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, Max. ARJR, 19 to go. We got 18 seconds. We can do it. Thank you, ARJR. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Max Bluestein. Thank you again. Thank you for your consistency, Max Bluestein. Marloca, Chile Verde Hearts. Chile Verde. I appreciate it. Max Bluestein. Max Bluestein. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I feel like 2 to 3 years ago, I was subbed to you, but YouTube kept you off my algorithm. You know what, dude? I've heard dozens of people say the exact same sentiment. And I feel like I need a dojo storm the YouTube headquarters and let them know what's up. But Hoodie Man, look, Hoodie Man, I tell people that I'm active every day now. And if you show up, you'll find lives, shorts, videos. I'm here every day. Every day, bro. I stopped putting my faith in the algorithm. I don't trust them. I have people in here that say they're subscribed, they have notifications on, they've turned on all notifications, they have notifications on the iPhone, they're on everywhere, and they still don't get them. So I tell people, hey, there's a new algorithm in town. It's called Everyday. So if you want, you know, I know it could be overwhelming or whatever, but you could just show up any day, and I'm going to have new stuff posted. So you could that's the new thing, bro. You don't even have to count on it, on the algorithm. I'll be here, bro. Jake the Snake! Oh, that's the wrong one. Jake the Snake says just because. Just because. Thank you, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I love it, Max Bluestein. Thank you, man. Thank you for believing in me in the channel and doing what you can, man. Jamal Hill is delusional. I feel bad, man. He's just in over his head, and dude, sometimes it seems like he tries to do things because he's like, why the heck does everybody hate me? And sometimes it seems like he tries to do things to be likable, and I feel bad. Like, I get to a place where it's like, I don't even want to not like him. Because like, it's like someone needs to root for him. I feel bad, dude. I don't want to feel like a bully. But he just, dude, there's just something in his DNA that just makes him so unlikable. But I don't know, man. I don't want to, you know, it's not nice to see people having a hard time making a living, you know. So hopefully he figures something out. I don't know. I think he'd be better off if he cut down to like middleweight. No, actually not. It just gets worse for him because he can't move around. It's like what's wrong with his legs? He's got like the Forrest Gump legs or something. It's like he's just not a mobile dude, so he can't go down. They're going to be too athletic. I don't know, man. ARJR says, no! It's just not one of them days, man. I could tell in like the first half hour, oh, snap, it ain't one of them days. It ain't one of them days. It's all good, man. We have them here and there. Then we get other ones where people are like ridiculous, and it's like, where did this come from? So it's all right, man. It's all good. I can't get no Darth ARJR. I can't get Jamal Hill to fight with me in the comments, but he only likes my comments. It's probably. I wonder if it's even him, dude. It's probably just someone trying to boost the algorithm by just engaging with stuff. I think it's so lame when content creators heart a comment but don't leave a comment. It's like, don't even heart it then, bro. It's so like dismissive. It's like, did you even read it? ARGO, kiss from a rose on the stream. La la la. Thank you, dude. I discovered you a few months before you took that long break. I waited for you like that dog in Futurama. I'm sorry, dude. Hey, Joao. I went through like an episode, dude. I would call it maybe like a nervous breakdown, but I wasn't nervous. It was just a breakdown, like a depressed breakdown. I don't know. Things didn't go right. Things weren't working. There was no success. I couldn't make a living doing it. And it was bad, dude. It was bad. I had no option. I had to go get a real job, you know? But I'm here every single day now. Good or bad. Good or bad. I feel you. I feel you. Do I feel bad? I feel you, dude. I feel bad for him, too. I kind of like him. I think he's pretty funny usually, but then he gets kind of weird and it's kind of tough to be a fan. Yeah, man. Like, sometimes I'll see footage of him doing, like, silly stuff, and he's trying to be fun. He's trying to be funny, and it's like, okay, he's trying, man. He's not, like, trying to be an idiot. He's not trying to be abrasive. He's not trying to be a jerk or be unlikable. He's trying to figure it out. And maybe everyone's different, but to me, it's hard to be mad at a dude like that. He's like putting forth the effort. He's trying to figure out what people like. And it's just unfortunate for some people, because some people, like, they just lack that natural charisma, I guess. Like, certain fighters just have it. And certain fighters will have it and they'll act like jerks and people still like them because they just have that natural charisma. But, like, look, we got to admit it. Like, Conor McGregor, he could be one of the worst human beings, but that dude is full of charisma. Jamal Hill, it's like he's got no charisma, but he's trying to be a likable guy. So it's tough, man. Never go full Dagestani. Yeah, Joel, it was a rough couple years, man. It wasn't like I just got a normal job. Of all things, I went into sales. I went into car sales, and people hate salespeople, man. And salespeople hate themselves, and sales managers hate salespeople. And it was a terrible, terrible time, man. But people in this community really amped me up and brought me back. What the heck? Tony Louie. All of my favorite fighters lost and are washed. Izzy, Pereira, Ilya, and Connor, all gone. Who do I root for now? Strickland's the only one left. Tony Louie, you got to come over, bro. You got to stop buying into that negativity machine. Don't buy into that propaganda, bro. You got to go full Josh Hokett. You have to, bro. He is the salvation of the UFC. You have to go forward. You got to get on the train, homie. Josh Hokett is the future. That's my two dogs right now, bro. Alexander Volkanovski, the veterano. I am a Volkamaniac. And Josh Hokett. I'm on both sides of the spectrum right now. We got the veterano and we got the dude just coming in fresh. You got to get on that Josh Hokett train. Tony Louie is not going to let you down, bro. He's going to bring it every time. He's like Sean Strickland. If Sean Strickland had integrity and didn't walk everything back and actually stuck to his guns and believed in who he was, you know? I was a car mechanic at a dealership, not anymore. I hear you. Oh, yeah. They're ugly places, dude. They're ugly places. And the mechanics hated the salespeople, dude. I'm glad to be back, bro. Listen. James. Josh Hokett makes my cheeks clench every time he talks. But in a good way? In a good way still? Because I feel the same way. Listen, I have to dip out right now. I have to go prepare dinner. Oh, what is this? Right at the buzzer.
Goes deep like the ocean. It burns so hard, grab the
Right at the
lotion.
buzzer.
I might hit the 3-wheel motion. Cause I'm sipping on this green tea potion.
Is that literally today, ARJR? Is it today? Today?
Flow goes deep like the
ARJR
ocean.
dropped 30 big ones in the PayPal. And he says super chats are nice, but direct to wallet hits better. You know, PayPal's that instantaneous. I don't know if you knew that. Here's my gift to you on my 51st. Is that today, ARJR's today your birthday? Are we talking about today, ARJR? Are you playing with me? Wait, what do you mean talking papas? What was talking papas? We're always talking papas around here. What do you mean what happened to it? We stay talking papas. James Lopez, thank you so much for spending some time with us, bro. I hope you stay safe out there. Thank you, man. Always love having you here, dude. Oh, I still love lemons, dude. Heck yeah, bro. I love lemons. Oh, you hold your breath. Hold your breath, Tony. He's going to be doing it quicker than many people would like. It is today. Happy birthday, ARJR. Happy birthday. I started in a key too high. I can't go high now. ARJR, happy birthday. ARJR, happy birthday to you. Dude, that is crazy.
Flow goes deep like the ocean. Burns so hard, grab the lotion.
Amazing.
I might hit the 3-wheel motion.
What?
Cause I'm sipping on this green tea potion.
Don't forget Jesus, people.
Am I right, Miami?
ARJR's birthday is today. ARJR's birthday. If there has ever been a legend of the Mexican martial arts community, ARJR's birthday is today. And we are so blessed that he's spending some of that time with us here today. If there's ever been an individual that has made an impact on the Mexican martial arts community, dude. 51. And that's not old. Some people still say, at least for sure at the heavyweight division, because people could be competitive even older at the heavyweight division. Some people say that he could still take it at this point in his life. And I don't doubt him. I will never doubt him. I will never doubt his grit. That's true grit. Heck yeah, man. Hope you get to hit a piñata today. ARJR, I hope, and I know this. There's no way you don't. I hope. ARJR says, thank you, dude. He's donating funds to say thank you for people telling him happy birthday. ARJR, I know I don't have to tell you this, but I have to just say it. I hope you realize how absolutely appreciated and loved and admired you are within this community. There has never been one like ARJR in this community. And in case you guys don't know, in case you're a rookie around these parts, ARJR actually made this for me. He made this trophy of mine right here. This is actually welded together piece by piece, bit by bit. This is me and my primo Flaco fighting and defeating the YouTube algorithm right here. You see that play button on the chest? See the blood on the nunchanclas right there? He actually made this for me. Yes, Randy Couture was actually 80 years old when he won his first title. That's what I'm saying. ARJR is basically, he's essentially a baby. He's a baby in the game. So much time left ahead. ARGR already had a piñata today. Listen, I'm going to go cook some chicken wings. ARGR, I hope you understand how absolutely loved and cherished you are around here. I hope you have a fantastic birthday. I hope you make the most of it. I hope you get a foot massage. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I have a video that's going to come out in a little bit. Please check it out when you have some time. It's not going to be right now like I tell you guys sometimes. It's going to take a little bit. But just keep an eye out a little bit later today. I'm going to have an upload for you. Thank you so much for being here. Mike Alfieri! Mike Alfieri with 25 big ones. Thank you, dude. And he says happy birthday. He says happy birthday to ARJR. 25 big ones from Michael Fury. Thank you, bro. Thank you for being so generous. Thank you for taking the time to highlight the homie ARJR's birthday. Thank you, Michael Fury. That's very generous of you. Thank you. After the buzzer even. After the goal even. Thank you, Mike Alfieri. I'm going to have a video coming out for you guys later. Please keep an eye out for it. Marilena's already bugging me. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Marloca with the 51. Oh, my goodness. I'm getting blessed like if it was my birthday. We have Michael Fury. Michael Fury is coming in here, fresh out of work, trying to unwind, trying to kick his shoes off, his boots, excuse me. And then he has to take time out of his evening and make sure to throw down generously to say happy birthday to ARGR. And then Marloca comes in. She's probably driving in her truck right now. She's probably in traffic right now. She probably stopped at a red light to throw down and tell happy birthday, AR, with a big, beautiful cake. And says, from the dojo. Thank you, Marloca. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the love and generosity. Look at these people who love you so much. ARJR, thank you very much. Thank you, Michael Fury. Thank you, Marloca. Thank you for the love and generosity and for the homie ARJR. Thank you for making them feel special on this amazing day. Thank you, everybody. What's up? What's up? But goodbye, Rashad. I'm so sorry. I better dip out right now. Marilena's going to be so annoyed. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Stay safe out there. And think good thoughts. Think about ARJR for the rest of the day, okay? Think about ARJR the rest of your evening. Appropriate stuff. ARJR will hit that goal, hook or by crook. Let's go. Thank you, ARJR. I'm going to have to find a way. I'm going to sell some blood after this stream. I'm going to sell some blood. It's going to be okay, dude. It's going to be okay. I got some links already. Marilena's been trying to... She's been trying to...